Hey guys, Fred Wellman, host of Online VoteVets and retired Army officer. I got some exciting news to share with you. On Monday, VoteVets announced $1 million new candidate recruitment effort. Over the next 3 years, we're going to mount an aggressive recruitment effort while building out the infrastructure for identifying and cultivating veteran and national security expert candidates with a dedicated staff, data-driven models, and robust relationships with existing local and state leadership. Now, look, this comes in the heels of our biggest investment in the history of VoteVets in the gubernatorial race in Virginia, and then all the work we're doing to take on the Trump administration and stop these outrageous attacks on our government. Well, why vets? Well, that's the cool thing, right? The first Gallup poll that came out in 2025 already once again ranked military officers as among the top three most ethical and honest professions, according to Americans. Americans tend to turn to veterans and our national security experts as the standard bearers for decency, security, and integrity in their communities. So even amidst these tough losses we had in 2024, VoteVets sponsored candidates who were veterans and national security experts did incredibly well. We clinched 143 victories across local, state, and federal races, including people like Senators Ruben Gallego, Alyssa Slotkin, and Andy Kim, and members of Congress like Pat Ryan, Jared Golden, and Maggie Goodlander. So now we're going to invest for the future. And we've got three main ways we're going to approach this attack. Number one is going to be our big voter file we have access to. We're going to use the natural leadership ladder of climbing the ranks in elected office. And then we're going to create what we call scaffolding and launching of new veteran and national security candidates. So let's dig into that a little bit and what that all means. This voter file is especially important. Our program is rooted in access to this highly valuable and singular asset, which is a huge veteran and military family voter file. It has over 10 million names of verified and model vet and military affiliated voters. Look, the past few cycles, we've used that file to recruit veterans for a wide variety of actions like voter contacts, signing pledges, reaching out to the press, and doing events. You may have heard from us if you're in our file. The voter file has been also used to send texts to 2.5 million possible veterans to confirm their veteran status and make sure they had the information they need to vote. And now that'll create a wellspring of access to potential candidates to run for office. Now, the second piece is what we call the natural leadership ladder. Now, what does that mean? Well, you know what it means. It means you run for a lower office first, you learn how government runs, and you go to the next higher office. 45% of VoteVets endorsed federal non-incumbent candidates last year in 2024 were serving in a state or local elected capacity when they stood up for election for higher office. This leaning into that pool of elected officials is going to really help us. And we're going to build active relationships with the 99 state, House, and Senate caucuses, as well as labor affiliates and others, to build that long-term relationship with local elected officials who will hopefully run for higher office later. Now, there's examples to follow. Pat Ryan started off as a county executive before running for Congress. Ruben Gallego, senator now, started off as a state rep, and then he went to Congress and now the Senate. That natural leadership ladder works. And we're going to do three things. We're going to build those relationships. We're going to invest in potential engagement, potential candidates, right? And we're going to highlight success stories like the ones you just heard. That's the natural leadership ladder. Now, the last piece, it's got a confusing name, but it makes sense. It's scaffolding and launching new veteran and national security experts. That's like building a building, right? You build the scaffolding around it. New candidate recruits who may be deeply embedded in respect in their communities, but relatively new to politics. They deserve support ranging from the technical assistance to mentoring, to training and networking before they run for office. Our deep bench of policy and election experts at VoteVets is huge, and we have a network of media and campaign professionals, and they'll all come together to ensure that all of our new candidates have the tools and resources they need to run for office. Key parts of that will be very important. We're going to bring on our own state recruitment and organizing director to provide sort of a central point of contact within VoteVets. That director will ensure recruited candidates are provided access to the resources they need, from travel to training. I mean, just connecting with somebody to talk to, because running for office is hard and can be lonely. And finally, VoteVets will hold multiple regional and national and new candidate workshops that connect candidates to campaign managers, fundraisers, pollsters, all the things you need to build a successful campaign. And it's hard for a new candidate to find. We want to provide those resources. And all this ties together in a multi-year, robust, long-term investment by VoteVets, not just for this election cycle, right? That's the thing. It's not just for the next election. It's for years to come, because we know that's how you build momentum. year over year. And we know that building the next generation of progressive elected officials begins now and takes continuous investment and support. So, VoteVets is stepping into that role for veterans and national security expert candidates. We would love for you to learn more. We would love you to support this effort. We could use the donations, we could use the support so we can build this next generation. Look, the best way to find out more information is simple. Go to our website, votevets.org. That's votevets.org, all one word. And you'll find more information. You'll find a donate button, take action button. Can't wait to share more information with you as we roll out the program in the next few months. Keep up the fight with us.